So, one of the racing games I have heard so many good things about, pretty much from a lot of people telling me I have to try this game out, as I pretty much never played it in the past. That is going to be Driver San Francisco. And honestly, guys, I really don't know what it is. Who knows? Maybe I might end up being a bit fried or even cooked here, thinking that maybe I'm getting into a story-driven racing game again, pretty much just from the impressions of it, dude. Like, I watched the beginning part of it, literally sucked into this, wondering what is actually happening. Now, this is something I talked about with the story versus like the overall festival racer thing. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go back and play Driver San Francisco. I've heard a lot of great things about the story in this game, the driving as it's going to be in the name there, and many other things on top of it. And you know what? So far, I really do think players would probably get hooked on this game, bro, literally just from the beginning of it. And what I mean by that, though, is basically like the first 10 to 15 minutes of the game, basically like the prologue of it, kind of getting you in the scoop of what's going on in this, giving you an idea of what you're going to have to do and stuff. And honestly, I feel like the game does a very good job of capturing that. What's also really cool is this game has some really good driving physics as well, man, which I will touch on in a different video. I'm actually planning multiple videos on this game as well, guys, talking about like Ubisoft on that side of it and some other things as well, so do stay tuned for that, man. But when I was first playing Driver, though, I'm like, all right, well, wait a second. So I started off here, and this was probably like one of the first times, maybe I'd probably say since like maybe the earlier Need for Speed games where I was like looking at this and really dug into the story, man. Even the Crew one, I was kind of engaged in that one a bit, but I was really engaged in this story, listening to the dialogue and stuff, kind of wondering what's going on and what's happening and stuff. I also really do love the way San Francisco looks. They absolutely killed it. And for a game that came out in 2010, bro, I'm playing this on the Xbox One if you are wondering. It looks really good, dude. Like, I'm really surprised how good this game did end up looking for it literally being 15 years old, which I'll touch on that a little bit more again in the other video. But it really is crazy to me, guys. Like, I don't understand if maybe I'm losing my mind or something, but playing an older game like this and getting sucked into the beginning of it because it's going to have a story, the game's actually going to feel unique. Isn't that kind of crazy, bro? Like, you're in one mission chasing down like an armored truck, which is pretty much going to be a prison truck of the guy that you're going after, that the guy that you are playing as pretty much put him away and stuff like that. It's just so cool. Like, I feel like a game with a plot to it would probably bring in a lot more people. Now, I do understand a lot of games maybe just aren't doing stories anymore in a racing game. I did talk about that in that one video. I don't know exactly why that is. Maybe a festival racer's easier. Maybe they don't want to do a story thing. Maybe it's not like a good... honestly, bro, I really don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But who knows? Maybe part of it is me going back in and just probably enjoying a campaign again, because I have been going and playing a bunch of old racing games again, which we all do know, guys. Most of the older racing games, basically almost all of them had a story type of aspect to them or something like that, so maybe that's why. And this game really is going to capture that in basically every single way. I really don't understand like how I never played this game back in the day, but then again, the only Driver I think I played, I think it was on the PS2, so I didn't even know this game really existed till later on. And when people were like, dude, you gotta try it out, I did end up finding a copy for the 360. And of course, I was like, all right, let me put this in the Xbox One. I was super happy to find this game was going to be backwards compatible. So I was able to experience this entire game and go through it and see what made it so dang amazing. I gotta admit, guys, getting sucked into a campaign like this is probably something a lot of players, I don't know if they would do nowadays, is a lot of the games nowadays, we can all agree, they're kind of not really focused on the campaign side of it, which we have all talked about. They're kind of focused on other things now, so maybe players might not enjoy it as much, but I really do feel like players probably really start liking the characters in the game and maybe get connected to them like I am. And it's kind of crazy, like the first 15 minutes of the game, I'm already connected to some of the characters, wondering what is going to happen or who I'm going to meet along the way, and seeing how the entire story is going to unfold really is going to be so dang cool. Also, one thing I will talk about in a different video, which is probably going to be me talking about this game in like 2025 and stuff like that again, is the fact that you're going to be able to pretty much switch to other cars around the map, dude. I legit can't believe you can even do this. That one part you guys will see in the background, I am going to be in an ambulance. You pretty much switch to that driver or whatever. You're still going to look like that other person, but you are going to be the main character. It's just such a cool design, dude. I was playing this like, wait, so does that mean I can basically switch to other cars? And yeah, you literally can, which makes it even crazier. You can switch to like a police car and go help and stuff like that. So dang unique in so many ways, and I love the way they actually designed the map in this game. I do like the way it looks, the atmosphere and stuff. It is going to be really cool, dude. I feel like all of that on top of it with having a good map and stuff seems like a really good campaign or like character design that really is going to get you sucked into it, I feel like I probably wouldn't be the only person that feels exactly like this. I do want to mention right now, guys, I could probably easily keep babbling on about certain things about this game and like talking different things about it, but we are pretty much going to be fairly early on in it. Do stay tuned for more videos on this. I wasn't planning on making this like a 15 or 20 minute like video talking about all that stuff, guys, because that's just like, I don't need to do all that. You know what I mean? A lot of people are going to be pretty aware of this game, but someone who has never played it, I feel like if you haven't, you might be like, well, what does this dude think about the first initial prologue of it and stuff and like the initial thoughts on it? And honestly, I gotta admit, I am easily sucked right into this game literally the first 15 minutes, dude. It's just so dang cool. I really like how you're connecting with characters and stuff. One thing I really do like is, again, how you can actually switch to other vehicles and all the other characters have stuff like that. It's just so cool, man. The game's going to feel like it has life to it, like it really had thought behind it. Really am going to enjoy playing through this game so dang much. As I did mention, do stay tuned for a lot more videos coming on Driver. I am going to have probably 4 or 5 more, so definitely stay tuned for those, guys. Really am liking this game so far, and honestly, playing this, I really would be 100% open to having more story-driven racing games or even another game similar to this one where it's going to be based around a really cool story. Now, again, I do understand that maybe a story design might not be the best thing, but do let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Also, guys, for me being a new player, what are some things I should look for in Driver? What are some of your favorite things about this game? Do let me know your thoughts. And for me, though, I do have to say it is pretty insane to me how much I got hooked into this game, literally just from the beginning cutscenes of it. I don't know of one game that did that to me in a very long time, especially a story-driven game like this.